Fit for Life is an award-winning platform empowering individuals to achieve mental fitness for any goal at any age. And here to discuss her lifelong journey of holistic well-being is the founder of Fit for Life and Miss Olympia, Sheryl Grant. Sheryl, thanks for being here at Live in the Bay.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to be back.
Oh,
it's a pleasure.
You are just so inspiring, and so I'm so happy that we get to chat today. First things first, you won Miss Olympia at age 55, and you are set to do it again at age 62.
Yes,
Tell me how you're feeling about this.
Well, first of all, I'm feeling amazing, but it is a journey and it is a process. So I am gearing up now. I won't compete until next year, so I'll be 63. So I'm starting to prepare myself mentally and getting engaged with the routine and the eating habits and all those good things. I've been enjoying summer a little too much.
Good. No, you should.
Balance.
What is the competition like? Give me a little bit of the history and kind of like how intense it is. What does it take?
Well, it takes, first of all, you have to be committed and you really have to understand what your why is. And that's how I came up with the FIT concept. FIT standing for faith, intuition, and tenacity. But faith part is really understanding what is your why, who are you, and how is that impacting the world. And for me, going through this journey is really understanding, Sheryl, what's your why? I want to inspire others. I want to inspire them to understand that they too can have a fit life, not just for a moment, but for life.
Yeah, and really that this can happen at any point. There's no, I feel like people get hung up on, oh, I'm already this age, you know, what can I do at this time? I think we're finding more and more examples of people doing anything at any age. And so I love that this is something that you preach. And why is that important for you?
Well, first of all, when we get a certain age, everybody wants you to, I don't know if you're supposed to go in a closet or you're supposed to, when you retire, you're no longer living. Life is to be lived no matter what age you are. And I am a firm believer when you start earlier, the better, but you're never too old to start. When I work out and when I'm in shape, it gives me so much energy. My perspective is so much clearer. I can look at my goals in my life in a different perspective and not be enamored by all the things that are happening in the world. And it's so easy to get caught up. There's so much going on in the world. So if you're not taking care of yourself, then how can you take care of your families or take care of your loved ones? So fitness is truly, in my mind's eye, is an elixir to youth. It keeps you young, it keeps you energetic, it keeps you engaged, and you want to do that at every step of the way.
Yeah, okay, well, you just inspired me. I need to get to the gym more and really make it a priority. We're seeing this incredible video of you, and I think I cut you off. I'm so sorry. I want to talk about the competition. Just give me a little bit of how intense that is and what will that be like?
So the competition, they're generally, it can be range in terms of number of people, but it's very intense. You have to imagine these women are sacrificing, and there's different levels of bodybuilding. I compete at the bikini level, which is the lowest rung of the spectrum. But it's exciting, but there's a lot of competition, and you have to come serious. You have to bring your A game, because these women are going to bring their A game.
Yeah.
And there's so much that goes into it from the perspective of your eating habits, and I spoke to that earlier. So the competition is fierce, but you have to have the right mindset. That's why FIT is so important.
Yeah.
And there's two aspects of FIT: faith, intuition, and tenacity. And then there's a C4 matrix that I developed. That's a methodology that I am infusing to help others to stay mentally motivated, because just saying you want to do it is not enough. Right. You need to have a community around you. And very quickly, C4 is communication creates connection, connection creates collaboration, and collaboration creates community. And the hidden C is change. That's where true transformation starts. So it's not just about the journey, it's about having the tools necessary to make a true transformation, not just for a moment, but for a lifetime.
I love that.
Yes.
Okay, incredible. Well, that's really deep. And is that what we are going to find in your new book? I have to hold this up here, Fit for Life.
Yes.
Yes. Tell me a little bit about behind the pages of this and what we're going to find.
This is a book that you don't want to just leave on the table. This is a book that you want to use every day, because we're changing as individuals. We're not going to be the same this year as we were last year. The book is a tool to help you cement some of the concepts about how to be mentally fit. Again, FIT standing for me, faith, intuition, trusting your gut, knowing how to let it guide you, your personal GPS system, and tenacity, the willpower to just get it done. And you can also experience this. I'm going to be doing a retreat, actually in the month of September, October 17th through the 21st.
Who can participate in that?
In Punta Cana. Anybody can participate in it. It's here to transform you. Are you ready to be transformed? Then will be the place for you.
Okay.
Yes.
And what are some of the things that you're going to dive into with everyone on the retreat?
What I'll be doing is taking these concepts as well as doing some exercises. Every day will be something to focus on a little differently. But what we want to do is make the concepts come alive. So you read them in the book. You've gone to my website, which is SherylGrant.com, and you've gone through the curriculum online. Now you're ready to embrace and really embody some of the things that we're talking about in the book so that it cements it. It's not a one and done deal. This is a lifetime process. And I want to give people the tools to help them, to inspire them, to uplift them, to encourage them.
Okay, you're inspiring me. Like I said, I could just continue to talk to this. This is so uplifting. One of the other things you're doing, if you weren't busy enough already, but you are helping entrepreneurs. Tell me about this and how you're doing that.
Yeah, so Black Business Week is coming up, and it's very important to support our local businesses for so many different reasons. I have a unique opportunity to work with Oak Stop, which is located in Oakland, and helping these businesses and implementing some of the tools that I talked about. This is an actual platform. So while I am Miss Olympia, or I'm aiming to do it for a second title, I really do have tools and resources that help corporations and individuals to live their best lives. And we want to do that for entrepreneurs as well. And so we will be doing some workshops and training to help them infuse them with a fit mindset.
Okay, incredible. Well, I have to ask you one more question before I let you go. For anyone sitting at home watching, and maybe they've had this thing that they've wanted to do, and it's still in the back of their mind, but they haven't had the courage or they haven't had the discipline, what is the first piece of advice that you can give them to just take action? It doesn't matter how old, it doesn't matter what they, have done in the past. What is the first thing that they can do to get closer to that goal?
Well, you actually stole the word, action. You have to get into action. You have to move. It's all about movement. Fitness is about movement. Talking about it is one thing, but just make a commitment. And it doesn't even have to be hard. Not everybody wants to be Miss Olympia, but you can at least walk. Walking is a great form of exercise. Walking, you can, if you like jogging, you could jog, but get into action. The results, and that also in a proper nutrition. You have to eat properly, but between the two, you can definitely create a life that will transform you.
Well, Sheryl, you are just so inspiring, and I appreciate you joining us here to share all about it. And we're going to be following your journey and rooting you on in your next competition.
Thank you.
Yes.